Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading. And you already know how we do it over here. We keep it raw, we keep it real, we don't sugarcoat a damn thing. Before we jump in, I just launched my brand new music channel under the name XO Janai. This is a huge deal for me because even though music has always been in my bones, I'm just now letting the world hear it. So if you feel led, I'd be so grateful if you subscribed. I dropped the link in the description. Let's get into it. Meditate here on the three cards and pick the one that calmly draws you the most. This is card 1 with the carnelian crystal, card 2 with the green aventurine, and card 3, the brown moonstone. All right, so let's get straight into your reading. Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading. And you already know how we do it over here. We keep it raw, we keep it real, and we don't sugarcoat a damn thing. Before we jump in, I just launched my brand new music channel under the name XO Janai. This is a huge deal for me because even though music has always been in my bones, I'm just now letting the world hear it. If you feel led, I'd be so grateful if you subscribed. I dropped the link in the description. All right, so let's go ahead and get into your energy pile 1. Let's see, your energy pulled you here, right here to the carnelian crystal and the king of swords. So let me break this all the way down. This man, he's given high control, low emotion, and hyper intellectual, right? So think this. This is strategist, detached, always 5 steps ahead, except when it comes to you. Because what he can't figure out is this. He can't figure out why your energy got him in a chokehold. And why, after all of this time, you're still the one echoing in his thoughts. Okay, so yeah, he tried to logic his way out of feeling. And but listen, this ain't a math problem. It's karma. Now, real quick, this King of Swords, it rules air sign energy. So of course, his big 3 could land in Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But if you fall under those signs too, especially the sun or rising, oh, best believe the soul contract is complicated. Let me say this though. He didn't expect you to get back up. He didn't expect you to level up. And now he's haunted, not by your absence, but by the fact that he couldn't kill your light. So let's keep going. All right, so let's move into your next card and make sure you stay until the end of your reading because I'm gonna give you this man's entire energetic frequency. Like, we're gonna read him for filth, okay? And if you want a personal reading, hit my site, claritybay.com. It's all there. Let's go. All right, what is the energy as it does relate? Let's see your next card coming through. Look at that, the animal. Okay, that's not a coincidence. And I'm already picking up something. Oh my goodness. We'll get to it. I'm going to pull another card really quick. Thank you, Spirit. You have the administrator, and this is the planet Saturn. So, honey, you got the animal and the planet Saturn. But we're going to start here with the animal and then move on to this planet Saturn, who, you know, Saturn don't play, y'all. This is about structure and being assertive, disciplined. Let's get to the animal card that came out. All right, so, girl, listen. This man, honey, this is not a coincidence, okay? It's like, it's the heat, the instinct, the obsession. All right, so let me tell you something. this card isn't about cute puppy love. This is about primal, emotional, instinctual. So he may act cold on the outside, but inside, his body remembers you. His nervous system still glitches when your name comes up. He could still be, I feel like he could be silent all day, acting unbothered. But deep down, he's still craving the version of himself he only felt with you. So this card tells me that his attraction was never logical. It was cellular, spiritual, animal. And he doesn't even know why you haunt him. He doesn't even know, but you do. Okay. Now let me tell you what's worse. He might have tried to replace you, tried to feed that same hunger with someone else's energy. But it didn't hit the same because nobody else unlocked his shadow and his softness the way you did. Now let's get to this next one because Saturn, you already know. Listen, Saturn don't play. See, Saturn is the big boss energy. It's about long-term consequences, not temporary thrills. And what I'm picking up here is that you activated his Saturn lessons. You didn't just come to flirt and leave. You came to awaken his karma. And whether he admits it or not, you showed him the mirror. That's why he backed off. That's why he sabotaged, because he wasn't ready for a woman who made him face himself. And now Saturn's making him sit in it. Okay, he got to sit in it. He made that bed. He got to lie in it. All right, so let's go ahead and move into your next card. And stay locked in because remember, I'm going to give you this man's entire energetic frequency at the end of your reading. And we're going deep. Let's do it. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? Let's see here. All right. You got it's on. He says, I see you looking good and moving on. I don't care who you're talking to. I'm better. I will compete for you. Girl, he said what he said, okay? But I'm going to break it down. Okay. Listen, this man. Baby, that's ego, regret, and possession all rolled into one messy sentence. So let's break it down clarity style so you can use this moment, right, as a referral back. Listen, he sees you, yeah, and he knows you glowed up. And now that he can't reach you like before, the delusion kicks in. He's better than whoever you're talking to. He's willing to compete. And most of all, he still thinks you belong in his arena. But you already left the stadium. This is not real love. This is triggered pride dressed up as compliment. So yeah, he doesn't want to do the work. He just wants to reward you. Okay, so baby, let's go ahead and pull your next card because I can see right now this is getting messy. All right, as we go. Okay, let's go ahead and pull your next card and see what's coming through. Because that was deep, right? Here we go. You got the Chiron. The Chiron is an asteroid in an astrological birth chart. And the Chiron, when you see the Chiron in your birth chart, depending on what house it's in, it's about healing, healing powers, growth, right? Things that need to be released, generational trauma. Okay, so let me just say this. All right. Chiron here, this is the wounded healer. It like I said, it's not a planet, it's an asteroid. Technically a centaur. That represents your deepest emotional wound and also the area where you become a powerful healer for others. So, where Chiron is placed in your birth chart by sign and house, it shows a wound you carry from childhood, past lives, or generational trauma. An area where you may feel insecure, rejected, or not enough. Okay, a space you're called to heal, transform, and eventually guide others through. Okay, so yeah, it represents like your healing gifts developed through pain, emotional or spiritual growth that comes from vulnerability. The storyline of your soul's evolution and how you transmute trauma into wisdom, right? So, let me just say this. Now, how does Chiron relate to this man, right? And his feelings? How does it relate? Well, I'll tell you how it relates and why he won't say anything. Listen. So, when a man is deeply in his feelings but stays silent, it often means that his Chiron wound has been triggered by you. So here's what's going on beneath the surface. You hid his core wound. Chiron here is showing that, like I said, Chiron in the natal chart shows where a person feels unlovable, not enough, or rejected. So no matter how confident he seems, your energy exposes his exact wound. So what does he do? He shuts down, avoids vulnerability, sabotages connection before you get too close to the truth. So he's not cold, he's exposed, right? He's afraid of being emotionally seen by you. And he's also scared to receive love the way you offer it. Okay, so yeah, he still associates deep love with loss, rejection, or abandonment. So, what does he do when you show up as a mirror of healing? He ghosts, he hides, he downplays what he feels, even though it's intense. So, what happened here is you stirred his inner child, okay? Because Chiron equals unhealed inner child energy. And when a woman feels too safe, too good, or too real, it touches the place in him that says, I don't deserve this. She's gonna leave. She'll see the broken parts and dip. So instead of facing it, he lets pride win. He protects the wound instead of embracing the medicine. So why won't he say anything? Because you're the trigger and the cure. He knows you're not like the others. Okay? He feels deeply but doesn't feel worthy of what you offer. He would rather let it die in silence than face the mirror of his own healing. And it's not that he doesn't feel you, it's that he feels you too much. And Chiron won't let him speak until he stops running from himself. All right, so let's go ahead and pull your next card. Let's get your next card in here. And baby, we gonna see what's really going on beneath the surface of this man. Because y'all know Spirit is not playing today. All right, let's see what it is. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does? Relate. What is coming through? Girl talk. Talk with friends. Moving on. Happily single. Living in the moment and having fun. This is what's on his mind as it relates to you. Like, what are you doing? Who are you hanging out with? Do you have new friends? Are you with the same friends? And it gets even deeper than that. So, this is what's up. Listen, this is what's up. Listen, so you mean to tell me while you're over here glowing up and minding your joy, he's sitting somewhere low-key obsessed, but won't say it? Yeah. Let's unpack the energy. He's wondering, who's she talking to now? Who sees you laughing, social, soft again, and it's messing him up because he thought you'd be stuck? It's like, he's like, did she really move on that fast? Yep. Because your piece isn't performative, it's permanent. And he's like, she's acting unbothered, but is she really? And Spirit said, yes, baby, unbothered and unavailable. If y'all feeling this, y'all, listen, put a red heart in the comments, right? Because this card is not just about your life right now, it's about his perception of your glow. So what's eating at him is this: you're in your light, and he thought you'd be dimmed. Okay, because you're talking to people and he knows he's not one of them. You're smiling and he's tight because he's not the reason anymore. And baby, that's a whole ego collapse. He didn't expect you to reclaim yourself. Want to know what else this card reveals? He is thinking, was I ever really needed? And, she found her joy without me. I thought I left a scar. She turned it into a story. Woo! Spirit is not playing, y'all. This man is fighting a silent war with your joy. Okay, let me say it louder for the ones in the back. This man is fighting a silent war with your joy. Stay until the end of this reading, because let me tell you, I'm about to read this man's entire energetic frequency like an open book. We're going to get into what he really felt but never said, why he spiraled, and whether he's coming back or just watching you from the shadows, right? We're going to find out what's up. So let's go ahead and do it. Thank you, Spirit. Let's move into your next card, because, baby, this story is unraveling like a confession letter. Okay. So let's see what we got next. Okay. This is actually your final card. And then we'll move into the entire frequency of this man's energy. And I'm not leaving nothing out today. Okay, so let's do it. All right, thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate, or what is coming through? Look at that, the sun. Okay, and y'all know the sun is bright here. I also want to point out that the sun does rule over the father, and it also rules over the zodiac Leo. But what I'm picking up is the reason this man may move in the way that he does has a lot to do with his like father experience. Now, I'm not saying that was a good experience or a bad experience, but let me tell you what I'm picking up. Let's see. Again, the sun is joy, it's clarity, truth. It's also ego. Father energy in Leo. But baby, this card is loud because it looks bright, radiant, and full of hope. This sun is also exposing everything that he tries to hide. So let's break it all the way down. Like I said, first off, the sun rules the zodiac Leo. So he could very well have Leo placements, sun, rising, or moon. But if not, this card says that his energy is centered around the ego, how he looks, how he's perceived, and most importantly, how he hides, his truth behind pride. Second, let's talk father energy. Now listen, this man, he may have had a distant, emotionally unavailable father, or even like a father who left, who shamed, or who only showed love through achievement or control. Or maybe no father at all, and now he mirrors that abandonment inward. And now what does he do? He pulls away the moment something gets too deep. And it's not because he doesn't feel, but because he's never learned how to express. See, the sun card is lighting up the core wound here. He's terrified of vulnerability equals weakness. So what's really going on underneath is this. He wants to say something, but can't. His pride is louder than his truth. He misses you, but he's afraid your light will show him all the parts of himself that he's still hiding from. He watches you move on, and part of him wants to shine with you, but he's still dimming his own worth behind that father wound mirror. Now, listen, the sun exposes what the shadows tried to keep. And baby, you were the light that made him look at his own darkness. See, because you didn't just trigger his heart, you triggered his growth. And he ain't ready for that conversation, but his spirit is. Stay locked in, Clarity family, okay? Because now that we have seen all of the energy here, I'm about to read this man's full energetic frequency like a blueprint, baby, okay? So from his thoughts to his wounds to whether this is just a soul lesson or a divine comeback. And don't forget, if you want a personal reading, visit my website at claritybae.com. And if you love this vibe, go subscribe to my new music channel, XO Janai. The link is in the description. Thank you so much for your support. Now let's get into your full energetic summary here because, baby, this full energetic frequency, let's get into it because this man is haunted by the woman who walked away from the fire without ever looking back. Right? So here it is. Girl, buckle up because this man is haunted, not by your body, but by your absence. You didn't just leave, you evaporated. You walked away from the chaos with your crown on straight and never once looked back to see if he followed. And that is what's keeping him up at night. Mentally, he is playing reruns in his mind. It's like a highlight reel. Every convo, every look, every moment you saw through him without saying a word, you were peace, okay? And he was chaos. And now he's left alone with the noise. He's wondering, does she still think about me? Did I even leave a mark? Did I fumble something divine? Yes, sir, you did. Emotionally. He'll never admit it, but he felt safe in your energy. That's why he sabotaged it, because safety felt unfamiliar. He was raised in survival mode. So when you brought healing, he mistook it for a trap. But here's the thing. Your absence became the lesson his soul begged for. He's not just missing you. He's trying to figure out why nothing else feels right. You know what I'm saying? He's like saying, like, why does nothing else feel right anymore? She can cook, she can post, she can pose, right? Whoever he's entertaining, she can do all of that. But she don't touch his spirit like you did. Mm-mm. So spiritually, this connection activated him. Period. You triggered his Chiron, his soul wound, and now everything in his life is asking him to evolve. But without you holding space, he's left with his own silence, and Spirit is making sure he sits in it. Now, so I'm going to tell you how he shows up now. Baby, this is how he shows up now. Honey, fronting on social media, playing happy, keeping you unspoken but never forgotten. Because if he speaks your name, it'll break the illusion that he's fine. Now, let me just give you a final energy recap. You were the fire. He played cold. You walked away with grace. He's left trying to rekindle light with wet matches. Did you hear me, girl? He is trying to rekindle light with wet matches. So yeah, this man is spiritually shook, not because you left, but because you never begged him to follow. And deep down, he knows he'll never feel that kind of real again. No. So Clarity family, if this resonated, leave me a white dove in the comments and a message, right? And don't forget your personal readings. Go to claritybay.com. All right. And my music channel, XO Janai, is finally live. And if you felt these lyrics, right? If you felt these lyrics in real life, go subscribe. All right. The link is in the description. When I sing, I speak from things that I have experienced or want to experience. Okay. I'm currently single and not in a relationship. So when you see those love songs, those are things that I may hope to have one day. Who knows? It could happen, right? All in divine timing. But those other songs on there, baby, listen, I have a song on there called Narcissist and Boundary, baby. Look, life will make us right. Okay. But listen, you were never just a chapter in his book. You were the plot twist that he'll never recover from. As always, I am sending you lots of love and good energy. Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading, Pile 2. Your energy drew you here to the Green Aventurine Crystal and the Seven of Wands. And baby, let me just say this. He can't stop thinking about you. But will he admit it? Absolutely not, because he'd rather act unbothered than confess you still live rent-free in his head. But guess what? Spirit's not letting him hide today, okay? Because we're peeling back the layers, all the way back, and finding out exactly what he's feeling, why he won't say it, and what he thinks you're doing now. And hey, before we dive in, I got something special to share. Music has always been a part of my soul, but I finally took the leap and released it publicly. So if you love these readings, I would be so grateful if you'd support me over on my music channel, XO Janai. The link is in the description. Go hit that subscribe if you feel led. All right. So now let's get into it. With this Seven of Wands, this energy is given guarded, defensive, but low-key obsessed. Okay. Let's just call a thing a thing. This man is trying so hard to act like he doesn't care. He's keeping people out, but your energy, it still cuts through like a damn anthem. He's on edge, baby, because he feels like you're the one that got away and leveled up. He is replaying the last conversation. He's watching your stories. He's analyzing who's around you, and he swears that you're moving like you got somebody new. And even if you don't, right? He feels it like a gut punch. So yeah, honey, he may be posting "I'm good" pics, but his spirit is on full alert. Every time your name is mentioned, his spirit is on full alert. All right. So now let's just go ahead and pull your next card because this storyline is about to unravel like a late night confession letter. Okay. So stay right here because at the end of the reading, I'm going to break down this man's entire energetic frequency and I'm not sugarcoating none of it. We're reading him for filth. Respectfully. Let's keep going. Spirit, what's the next card for pile 2? Let's do it. All right. What is the energy as it does relate? You got the fault line. Y'all know what a fault line is, right? It's associated with an earthquake. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and pull the next card and then we'll read that energy of the fault line. Read both cards together. You also have the Merchant, which is ruled by the planet Mercury. And Mercury rules over Gemini and Virgo. But we're going to start here with the fault line energy. And let me just say this is no coincidence that the fault line energy would show up. I am so not surprised. I'm not. But let's talk about it. So, y'all already know what a fault line is, like I just said. That's what sits under the surface, quiet until it cracks. So it's linked to earthquakes, disruptions, pressure building over time. So let me break it down for you. This man, he has been trying to hold it together, acting like he's unfazed, brushing it off like I'm good. But what's really going on, pressure is building under the surface. Your absence, your glow up, your silence is shaking the foundation of his fake composure. He's in a space where any little emotional tremor could set it off. And it's not because he's over you, it's because he never healed from you. But baby, it gets deeper because your next energy, you got the Merchant, ruled by the planet Mercury. Now, Mercury don't play. This is communication, quick thoughts, mental rewinds. Gemini and Virgo vibes, okay? So we're looking at a man who's trying to talk himself out of his own feelings. But Spirit is showing that he's also obsessively thinking about what he should have said, what he wishes he could say now, and why it's probably too late. Gemini energy, and I'm speaking of low vibrational Gemini energy. Now keep in mind, all signs have high vibrational energy and low, depending on where you vibing at the time. But right now we are talking about low vibrational Gemini energy. He is mentally spiraling. Now Virgo energy. He's overanalyzing you like a research paper, child. Okay, girl. It's like he's doing his own research when it comes to you. So we got a mental earthquake happening under the surface. And guess what? You're the trigger point. His pride is the only thing stopping him from saying, I miss you. I messed up. And I don't know how to fix it. All right, now, so let's go ahead and pull your next card because this energetic thread is unraveling fast. So stay right here because we are absolutely about to expose what's really going on behind this man's silence, pride, and obsessive overthinking. Next card coming through. Let's do it. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? All right. I'm leaving. I'm ready to leave a situation or a mindset that has not served me and hindered my growth. Okay. let's decode this in the best way, okay? But in the real way, unfiltered, y'all. I gotta give it to you the way I feel it coming through. Because if I don't, I'm not doing the best service that I could possibly do. So listen, girl, I got to give it to you straight, no chaser. I'm leaving, not because I'm bitter, not because I need attention, but because I've outgrown the version of me that tolerated confusion, disrespect, or delay. Okay? Right? I stayed quiet for too long. I shrunk myself. I gave chances that were never matched with change. And Spirit kept whispering, baby, this ain't your reflection anymore. So I'm done, not with anger, not with clarity, not with shade, but with sacredness. I'm choosing me fully, finally, fearlessly. This is you. This is you. This is a plot twist, right? So, and if you ever wonder why I moved the way I did, this is you. This is your higher self speaking to him. It's because peace became more valuable than proof. Growth became more louder than loyalty, and I refused to keep negotiating with energy that kept me small. But guess what? He's pressed because you decided to move in this way. You decided to take your power back, reclaim your sacredness. He doesn't like it. He's in his feelings. This is what he thinks about. That's why he's bawling, right? But it's okay. Let's go ahead and pull your next card. You're not here to fix him. Let's get the next card coming through. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? What do we have coming through, Spirit? As it relates to this man, his feelings, what is he feeling? Maybe let's just find out. What does Spirit want to share? The second house, assets. This is about his worth, how he's feeling about himself. The assets also represents money. So valuables, okay? It represents the material world, possessions, finance, talent. This is the second house in the astrological birth chart. Your birth chart has 12 houses. This is the second house. Okay, so it's about worth, whether it be finances or your self-worth. And we just said you took your power back. So there's a whole synchronicity rolling through. Okay, so this man he's in his feelings about you taking something that he felt was so valuable to him. You took it away. He doesn't like it. The number 2 is significant here because you are pile 2. So this is like a 2-2-2 synchronicity. So if you have been seeing the number 2 lately, it's because your spirit guides are trying to speak to you and give you a message. So when you do see 2-2-2, just think about, what was I just thinking about? Okay. And then you'll know. All right. So baby, you took it away. And not out of spite, but out of survival, because baby, you were the asset. You were the rare gem in his life portfolio. And he didn't even know he was holding a one of one. Now, with this second house card coming through, Spirit is saying loud and clear, he's reevaluating his worth, his finances, his value system, his self-esteem. It's all shaking since you left. And let's be real. He didn't just lose a woman. He lost a mirror, a motivator, a safe space. But here's the thing. You're not here to fix him. You're not his lesson plan. You're the graduate, and he's still stuck in remedial love, trying to figure out how to add up to your energy. That part. Let's go ahead and pull your next card. Let's get the next card coming through. See what the next message Spirit has for you. And make sure you stay until the end of your reading. You actually have 2 cards to go. But we're going to get the next message. We're going to summarize his total energetic frequency. We're going to find out exactly why is he boiling here underneath? Why is he spiraling, right? We're going to find out all of that in the total energetic frequency. So let's see. You got love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. Well, let me tell you what I'm picking up as it does relate to this man. And you as well. Also, the number 2 represents a new partner. So when you see 222, that represents marriage and partnership. So, and what's interesting is the card that you were drawn to, the 7 of Wands, this guy has love tattooed on his chest. So that's interesting, right? But I'm going to break it down, tell you what I'm feeling. All right, so this is the deal. This is madness because love this deep can't be controlled. Not when it's real, not when it's tied to a soul lesson. And let me just say this, Spirit is not whispering right now, y'all. Spirit is screaming. Because you didn't just touch this man, you activated him. And now that you're gone, he's feeling it in his chest, in his sleep. And every time he sees a number 2 on the clock or a license plate, and speaking of 2, right? Listen, let me drop this. I want to say it again. Y'all, sometimes I repeat myself. I don't know why, it's just something I do. But listen, the number 2 is the energy of partnership, alignment, and marriage. So if you have been seeing 222 lately, don't brush it off. That's confirmation. But it doesn't always mean reconciliation with him. It means you're aligned for a love that matches the level you've risen to. And baby, you've risen. Okay? Now, here's what's really wild. You were drawn to the 7 of Wands. And like I said, this man on the card, right? Guess what's tatted across his chest in the card? Love. Not ego, not games, just love. So this is like a duality energy. He's behind bars, yeah, but it's duality. And let me tell you what I'm picking up right now. The man that you came to this reading to hear about, he's still in love. But love alone won't cut it if it ain't backed by action, maturity, and growth. And you're in a self-love era. You're not waiting for anyone to catch up. You're attracting someone who's already there. All right, so let's go ahead and pull your final card, pile 2, because baby, this story is building like a confession letter that's been, folded in someone's pocket for years, and Spirit's about to read it out loud. So let's do it. All right, thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? Let's see what's coming through. I am pulled here to this deck. You have the 6 of Cups. That makes perfect sense. Let me tell you about the 6 of Cups. Let me just say it. This is water energy, of course, and it's emotional energy. The cup energy rules over Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Now, when you pull the Six of Cups, y'all already know what that means. Nostalgia, past life energy, that you'll always have a piece of me type of vibe. Okay, so this man is in his memory bag right now. And not just thinking about you, but replaying scenes. You know what I'm saying? It's like that one look you gave him, that laugh you had that caught him off guard. That time that you said exactly what he needed to hear when no one else even knew what was going on with him. He never forgot that. And here's what makes this card even deeper. The Six of Cups isn't just about the past. It's about emotional imprint. You didn't just date this man. You marked his soul. You activated something sacred in him that he's never been able to recreate. He thought you'd always be there. He thought you outgrew the version of love he was offering. Not he thought you outgrew it. Let me say that again. He thought you'd always be there, but you outgrew the version of love he was offering. And now that you're in your self-worth era, he's stuck in a highlight reel of what he lost. You were the one who felt like home to him, but now the house is empty, and the echo in those walls is your absence. All right, so let's go ahead and move into this man's total energetic frequency pile too, because Spirit is ready to lay it all out. We're gonna find out exactly what this man is still carrying, why he spiraled, and what you need to know to recognize this and close this chapter like a high value woman you are, right? Or if this man's going to linger on. We're gonna find out. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so what is the energy, the total energetic frequency here? I'll tell you what I'm picking up. Listen. Okay. So this is the deal. Yes, ma'am. Let's get into it, right? Buckle up, Clarity family, because Spirit is not sugarcoating a thing today. This man is emotionally cornered. He's fronting like he's unbothered. But let me tell you what's really happening underneath the mask. He's mentally exhausted from trying to act like he doesn't miss you. His ego's bruised because you walked. Not out of spite, but out of self-respect. So yeah, he's stuck in a loop of what ifs and if onlys, and he's watching you in silence, even if it's just energetically, wondering who you're laughing with now. The fault line energy earlier told us that you triggered a split in his emotional foundation. And the Merchant plus the second house combo, it confirmed that he didn't just lose a connection, he lost value. You were his mirror and motivator. And now he's scrambling to fill a void he doesn't even know how to name. Okay. Add in the Love card and the Six of Cups. And baby, this man is haunted by your absence, but paralyzed by his own pride. So yeah, he feels too exposed to come forward, too ashamed to say just how much it's affecting him, and too stubborn to admit you were the real one all along. Okay? Now the final frequency is this. This man is emotional, is like in emotional lockdown, grieving the version of you that used to accept less, and silently watching a woman who finally said, I deserve more. Okay. Now, if this resonated, The link to my XO Janai music channel is in the description. I'd be so grateful if you'd subscribe. Your support means the world. And if you want your own personal private reading on any subject matter, you already know where to go. ClarityBay.com. As always, I am sending you lots of love and good energy. Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading, Pile 3. You were drawn to the brown moonstone and the King of Wands. And baby, let me tell you something right now. This man is on fire for you, okay? But he's doing the absolute most to hide it. And you already know we don't play polite over here. We're diving straight into the truth, raw, real, and unfiltered. This is for the ones who know they're the prize, but you still want to know why this man's ego has him acting like he can't be bothered. Don't worry, Spirit brought you here for a reason, and you know, we're about to expose it all. And just a quick heads up, with a whole lot of gratitude, I just launched my XO Janai music channel. Music's been a part of my soul forever, but this is my first time releasing it. The link is in the description. I'd love if you check it out and subscribe. Every bit of support means the world to me. All right, let's do this. So this man's top energy is King of Wands, pure fire, right? And not just passion. So we're talking dominant energy, pride, ego, that alpha, I got this vibe. Okay, so yeah, he might be a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, or have fire placements in his big three, sun, moon, or rising. But either way, he likes to think that he's the one in control. The problem is you flip the script and now he doesn't know what to do with himself, okay? Because he's obsessed, but he'll never admit it. He watches, but pretends to be invisible. He fantasizes, but plays it cool. All right. So this is full-blown savage mind games. And the wild part is this. He's playing them with himself more than you. Let's go ahead and get into your next card and see what's really going on underneath all this fire and pride. And make sure you stay till the end of this reading, because I'm going to give you his full energetic frequency. And baby, we're reading him for filth. No crumbs left behind. Let's go. All right, let's do it. What is the energy as it does relate, or what is coming through? You got the self. Okay, the self card showing up big and proud. That's not a coincidence, okay? So let's see, what is the energy as it does relate? You have the queen, honey, the moon. The queen, which is the moon energy. So I'm going to start here with the self, and then we'll move over to the moon. All right, so here we go. Listen, girl, okay. First up, we got the self, and baby, this is major. This card is all about returning to your wholeness. Like you've been through the fire, the confusion, the mixed signals, but now you're back to you. You have reclaimed your mirror. You're not bending, shrinking, or chasing. You're standing 10 toes down in your power. And it's intimidating him more than he'll ever admit. Okay? He's not going to admit that. But because here's the truth. When you pulled your energy back, he started seeing himself. And guess what? He didn't like the reflection. He didn't like the reflection. Your growth made his stagnation loud. Your clarity made his confusion louder. And the worst part, you didn't need him to become her. Let's move into the second card, the Queen Moon energy. Listen, when the queen shows up with the moon, it's divine feminine mystery. This is that I know, but I'll never tell you how I know energy. It's psychic, it's sacred, it's untouchable. See, you have stepped into your feminine sovereignty, okay? And this man feels it. It's why he can't sleep. It's why he checks your socials and dips right back into silence. You're not accessible, you're enthroned. And the crazy part, he still thinks he's got a chance, but he doesn't even know how to approach you anymore. Because once a woman becomes the queen, you can't pull her back into Paige's story. This reading is heating up and we're not done. Let's move into your next card and keep unraveling this man's secret obsession and why he still spirals when he thinks of you. Let's do it. What is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? Right, let's see what is coming through. You have my kids. This card says, I want to have a family with you. I know you'd be an amazing parent, and I dream of the day I can experience raising a family together. Well, okay. This is the energy, honey, and I'm going to tell you what I am picking up. Listen, he said it, I'm going to read it. Here it is. So, let me break this down because this energy is deep. This man doesn't just want a fling, he wants a legacy. And not with just anyone, with you. So this ain't about lust, sis. It's not about lust. This is soul memory. So yeah, he's felt this timeline before. In his quiet moments, yeah, right? The ones where he'll never post about. He sees you. He sees you. Like you're the one who would nurture his babies. The one who never needed him, but would have chosen him anyway if he showed up right. But let's be clear. Let's be clear. This is also guilt. This vision of raising a family, it's the life he knows he fumbled. He's not dreaming about a random future. He's dreaming about the reality he didn't fight for. And now that you are growing, and not looking back, he's sitting there thinking, she would have been the one to give me everything I never had. But here's the twist. He sees you building it without him, and it's eating him up. Woo! This is major, and baby, we're not done yet. So let's go ahead and pull your next card because this story is starting to sound like this, like his silent confession letter. And Spirit is not letting him off the hook. So let's do it. What is the energy as it does relate? Let's see what's coming through. All right, so what is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? Virgo, the alchemist. So of course, Virgo is significant in the energy, but here's what I feel. This is not just about a zodiac sign. This is about refinement, elevation, and turning pain into power. This man sees you now as someone who doesn't just glow. You transmute. You took every ounce of disrespect, confusion, silence, and unhealed patterns, and you flipped it into self-worth, boundaries, purpose, and peace. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, which governs the mind. So don't be surprised if he's been overthinking, reminiscing, obsessing. This is that energy of she's doing better without me. And I know I was the one who taught her what not to accept. He's watching the way you've alchemized the chaos into clarity. And that's exactly what he underestimated. And let's not ignore the details. If he has strong Virgo placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mercury, this message hits extra hard. Or you might carry that Virgo energy, which means your silence, your glow up, your precision is what's now echoing in his thoughts. Because this man thought you'd fall apart. But baby, you fell into alignment. And now he's left trying to recreate a version of you in people who will never measure up. No. Now let's go ahead and pull your next card, because Spirit is piecing this man's emotional puzzle card, right? Piece by piece. And I already feel we're about to hit a nerve he didn't even know was raw. Let's do it. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? You have 2 more cards to go. You got self-indulge. Focus on self, self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, and self-appreciation. Now I'm going to tell you how this relates to the energy coming through when it comes to this man and you as well. Thank you, Spirit. Listen, self-indulgence is deep, but it needs to be said. It really does. So this is the thing. Let me break this down. This man is being forced, like divinely cornered, to sit with a version of you that's no longer making space for his confusion. Self-indulge is that energy of, I'm not checking for you no more. I'm checking in with me. It's shadow work, it's journaling, it's deleting texts before you send them. It's not taking the bait when he tries to pop up with a just checking in. It's healing the part of you that used to respond too quick, forgive too easy, or dim your light just to keep the peace. This card confirms you've turned your love back inward. And that's the very reason his head is spinning. But here's the kicker. He can feel it. Even if y'all haven't talked. Even if you blocked him, even if he's fronting like he's unbothered, his energy field is reacting to the way you've reclaimed your worth. That damn, she really meant it this time kind of realization. He may have been used to you orbiting around him, but now you're the sun. He's not even in the galaxy anymore. You're not just healing, you're becoming untouchable. And that's got his subconscious doing backflips, okay? All right, baby. Listen, we got 1 more card left before we read this man's total energetic frequency. So let's pull the final card, and I already feel it's going to expose something he can't hide. All right? So let's do it. What is the energy as it does relate? Let's see what is coming through. All right. What is the energy coming through? You have the 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands. Okay. Now listen. I just had to pause for a minute because what I'm about to share is going to rock your world. Okay. Listen closely. This is inner conflict. So not just drama in the outside world, but that wrestling match he's having in his own head. He's literally arguing with himself like, should I reach out? No, I can't. She's probably over me. What if she's with someone else? Nah, she's waiting for me, right? She looks good in that post though. Wait, why didn't she text back? I could just say, hey, nah, too thirsty. But damn, I miss her. Sis, he is spiraling. And the reason this card hits so hard at this point in the reading is because you're no longer fighting for a space in his life. And now he's fighting with himself just to stay calm. The Five of Wands is also low-key jealousy. It's like that heated energy of who's around her now, who's making her smile. Is someone else getting what used to be mine? He won't say this out loud, but this card is screaming, I'm in my head about her, and I don't know how to stop. And you know what else is even deeper? The wand suit is about passion, action, and ego. So this man's ego is bruised because he really thought you'd stay orbiting him forever, but you didn't. And now his whole inner world feels like a competition he's losing. All right. Let's go ahead and move into your man's total energetic frequency. And baby, let me just say, he has no idea how strong your glow up really is. Okay. Honey, are you ready for this full read? Buckle up. Let's go. Here it is, the total energetic frequency of this man. Let me break it all the way down. This man is emotionally constipated. Yes, I said it. He feels everything but says nothing. He's the type to scroll your page at 2 a.m., replaying every moment like a highlight reel, and then act like he don't care in real life. That's the delusion he's living in. The Self card and the Queen energy, that's you. You step fully into your worth, your divine feminine power, and has him shook. And here's the thing. He knows you're not the same woman he used to know. You evolved, you glowed up, you stopped trying to prove your value. And that is what activated his spiral. The Virgo energy, that's the overthinker in him, analyzing every text, reading into every silence, trying to fix himself, but not really doing the work. Because deep down, he's intimidated by how unbothered you are. You're not chasing. You're not explaining. You're not holding space for his chaos anymore. Then we had the Five of Wands, remember? Listen. And that card told us everything. He's fighting with himself because you finally stopped fighting for him. Now, every time he sees a woman who resembles your confidence, he compares. Every time he laughs, he remembers your laugh. And every time he pretends he's over it, he's not. And that, I want to have kids with you card, that's the part of him that wants roots, legacy, but only with you. Why? Because deep down he knows you weren't just a lover, you were a mirror. You reflected what he could have been if he healed, but he didn't, and you left. And now, That silence is louder than any argument y'all ever had. So here's the frequency. He misses you. He stalks you. He won't admit it. He still loves you. He's mad at himself. He's not ready. And he knows deep in his core, you were the one. But your peace was too expensive for the price of waiting on his potential. Now that's your total energetic read for pile 3. If you felt this deep in your soul, drop a blue diamond and the comment. And if you want a personal raw reading from me, go to claritybay.com. There's a lot of things I can't say here in this platform, but I can break it all the way down in your personal reading. Go book your spot. And don't forget, I'm now releasing music as XO Janai. It's raw, it's soulful, and it's straight from the same energy that brought you here. Link is in the description. Your support means everything. Stay powerful, stay clear, stay you.